Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Kaimi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Nick starting with the pass. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
2nd and 8. Hauled in left side. And he's brought down at the line.
Well, the defense was ready for that throw, stopping him right in his tracks, right at the line of scrimmage.
The Texans bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Nick's looking to throw. Throw left side, complete. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Finally some justice for the quarterbacks. They're so rarely protected in today's game, Brock. The refs saw roughing the passer, and his side gets a 1st down plus some yardage.
You take it down a notch, all right? You haven't been hit by the guys in this league. And you got to protect these poor, fragile quarterbacks. In this case, move the sticks as well.
Nick's with it on 1st. Completed over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Second and 3 now. Play action with Nix. He puts some juice on it deep. Brought in inside the 20. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They'll throw again. Nix. The throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
2nd and 3 now. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and a lone yard coming up. Here's Nix to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
Going for it, it's Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And that's good for a gain of 5. Riley Moss with that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Running it after the penalty. And he'll get them forward here up to the 24-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has a man, it's Brooks. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
First down, ball at the 36. Stroud off the play fake. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And he's brought down after a short gain. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Stroud. He's got him, that's Mixon. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Texans are gonna have a first down.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Pass caught by Tate Dell. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And he's able to get this down to the 36. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. Opening drive going according to plan. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Shotgun now for Stroud. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Second and 3 now. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Mixon on the toss. Broke through the tackle. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. They'll motion him out of the backfield left. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
I know they love that golf adage, drive for show, putt for dough, but it's awfully nice to drive for show and to have that kind of weapon in your back pocket.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Broncos headed out for their second drive of the game. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule. It takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap to Nix. Brought in right side. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Up the gut they go with Williams. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Nix off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running with it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield Get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
On second down, a run with Williams. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're moving it well, but now face a third and short. Another run for Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Will Lutz getting the call on fourth down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
I know we see these kickers make kicks from this distance all the time, but it never ceases to be impressive. Everything's on the dot, and it's a big 3 points.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Tank Dell. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Into the hands of Schultz. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Brandon Jones up for the stop.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Sent down by Cody Barton. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with third down and 6 to go. Here's Stroud. He's on the move. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Texans going to kick this away on fourth, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims deep to return. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Broncos get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Connecting on the slant. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Second and 3 now. from the 28. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Throwing here, Nix. Complete to Mims. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Williams now on 1st and 10. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third down, 1 yard to go. Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. This one goes for 3 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
Finds Mims. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Straight ahead with Williams. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
All movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Nix now to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Give to Williams from the gun. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's going to be 2 on the pickup, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 13. Nix looking to throw. Pass taken in by Sutton. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Broncos looking at a punt on 4th down, and Riley Dixon on to handle that. This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Stroud. Finding Collins. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First and 10, a run to Mixon. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 47. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is one of those cases, Kate, where basketball and football blend together. You know, great zone defenses in basketball. You think about them through the years. They trust one another. They know where they are as defenders on that court. Same thing in coverage. When you trust one another, when you communicate, good things happen. Just like that, you suffocate a pocket because there's nowhere for the quarterback to go.
Schultz with the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. Sent down by Cody Barton. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Stroud. Dumped off to his running back. And he's out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
On the option, here's Mixon. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
From the red zone now. This throw is caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Mixon. Will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans get some late points and the lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That that one right down the middle. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Broncos get the football. Not a lot of time left in the half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's 2nd down coming up. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
we see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
They get 13 on the pickup, and the Broncos will have a 1st down.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play, because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Play action with Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll throw again. Nix. Throw complete to Williams. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So 2nd down coming up.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week, because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Makes the catch and gets the feet in. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap to Nix. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Not on the same page with his tight end. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. They got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Going for it on 4th, Nix. A massive shot towards the end zone. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So halftime has to wait one more snap. That pass interference call means we've got an untimed down coming up. Bertolet able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Dell now to return it. And look at this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Now here's the Houston offense. They've got it first to begin the third. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That pitch and catch won't show up as a big play on the stat sheet, but it gives his own defense a little time to rest and gives an offensive coordinator a new set of downs to work with.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Going right side, mixing with it. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. They'll run here, following the penalty. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He gets him 9 on the ground. A good pickup and a second down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. All right, here we go, second down. Here's Stroud now. He's got him, that's Mixon. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. Has his man, it's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
The Texans set to punt. Now this is a beauty of a kick. Gets headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. Denver set to take the field on offense. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Nix. Short pass caught by his tight end. This is ahead for about 5. Jalen Petrie there on the stop.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running the 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they can still do their damage.
Nix from the gun. Hits him on the out route. And he'll get it up to the 27. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there. Now it's Williams.
And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They stay on the ground with Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. The tackle there by Daniil Hunter. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. This is Williams, and he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
2nd down now, 7 to go. A run with Williams. And he'll get this through midfield and starts pushing into Texans territory. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Running for the marker with Williams. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They get 6 and a 1st down as well.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Nix with it on 1st. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
On the handoff, this is Williams. And they'll stop him after he rolls downhill to the 32. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Going for it, it's Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They've got 1st down from the 31. Shotgun now, 1st round. Cut by Diggs. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. In on the tackle was Jonathan Cooper. made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
From the 42. Completed to Collins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. So now from further back, another try at 1st and goal. From the gun, Stroud. Dell with the grab. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 2nd and goal from the 9 here. Mixon on the toss. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Returns looking good so far. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Denver ready for another offensive possession. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nick's looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go with Williams on the counter. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. So we're through 3 here. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Another run for Williams. And he takes this down to around the 39 before he stopped. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Sure, a whole lot of noise to sort through up the middle, but by the time he figured everything out, he was able to hit them for a decent gain.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 39. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. You just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation and accuracy, and if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up.
Wow, wide open here. Complete. All the way. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos now within 1 score in the 4th. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Dell now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Out now come the Texans on offense. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. Pass caught by Mixon. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Bails out of the pocket quick. Gets a little something out of it before sliding to a stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up. Stroud. Setting up the screen. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now it's Stroud. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Finds the in route complete. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Straight ahead with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 3 yards almost gets him back to even, but it's going to be 3rd and 11 now. Oh, looks like the defense got a little too excited there, and that's going to be a penalty. Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage. The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Nix. Throwing the out route complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. That's a pickup of 9. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. To throw, here's Nix. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Nix. Taken in by Williams outright. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now outruns their offense to take over. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. Dumped off to his running back. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. To the air. Stroud. Hits him on the in route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Well, there was no sense in taking a risk down the field when a 1st down was just a run away. They'll get to reset now and figure out just how they want to attack a new set of downs.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Second and 10 now. That's complete to Diggs on the slant. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's mixed in on 2nd down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Has his man. It's Mixon. And he's brought down for a loss. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. This return makes it up to the 25. The Broncos offense all set to go. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Pass taken in by Sutton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here he is to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Broncos have to hurry here. Clock's still running. He'll look to throw it. And that throw just too high for him. Nearly an interception on that play. So that brings up 2nd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big complete.
And it's not over yet, football fans. He scores, and now a 2-point conversion will force overtime. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations of the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game.
And that catch gets them the 2. We're all tied up here in the 4th. They're not out of it yet. That conversion successfully tying this game and puts us, of course, on track for overtime.
So much momentum gain, long odds to get those 2-point conversions, but now you got to have discipline. We know, we've seen it in playoffs with limited time left. You got to make sure you finish the deal and carry this momentum you've just gained into that extra frame.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now this offense ready to head back out. And there's enough time left that you can't call it impossible. They're going to need a heck of a play downfield to get in range for a possible game winner. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he found some running room for a nice gain. And the whistles go off, so we got a timeout, 9 seconds left in the game. Another drive coming up for this offense. The game really in their hands at this point, Brock. We're going to see whether it's a celebration coming up next or overtime. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 2. Pass caught by Mixon. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. They'll come up 1st and 10. Stroud. This to win the game. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. Dell now to return it. Returns looking good so far. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. First throw of overtime now. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
He was covered by Patrick Surtain.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Never a good time to rough the passer, Brock, but 3rd down, that hurts even more. Gives them the 1st. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? Offense to the line for 2nd down. Stroud off the play fake. Finds a seam down the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Connection made to Dell. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, Stroud. Into the hands of Schultz. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
There's no question the greatest concern there was just getting the 1st down. You want a high percentage throw, and you're not really concerned about big yards. Well, the drag route was perfect. He comes open in the short field. It's easy to zip that throw right in there and reset those chains.
First down, Stroud. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans take the lead in this game. It's a Stephon Diggs touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here's Mims. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here comes the Bronco offense. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. It's taken in by Williams. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Throwing on first down, Nix. Fits it through the middle. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos get it down to a single point. Cortland Sutton, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos tie this game up. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Dell now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. That outruns their offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. A give to Mixon up the middle. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. Hits him on the in route. And that will not be enough for a first down. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. This is Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 44. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Mixon on the counter. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Keeping it with Mixon. And he works this to the 38 before going down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
On the ground again with Mixon. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Running left is Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. Kaimi Fairbairn on now as we see how he handles this moment. From the left hash, 54 yards out. It has the distance, and it's on target. It's good! So it's a win for the Texans. And they only needed a field goal to end it as their guy connected on an absolute bomb through all the pressure to claim a heck of a win here in overtime. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.